pass rushers will be on full showcase tomorrow.
It is going to be hard. Like I keep thinking, I'm Robert Saleh, defensive guy, and all those pass rushers there. For him to have 2 picks right there at the top, for him to not take one,
right.
It's kind of crazy. And I'm saying, I'm looking at it from just Zach Wilson's standpoint, and I would say take Ickey here. I think that I like is because Evan, for me, goes to Jacksonville. Ickey's a fantastic player. We saw him run. We saw him move. Obviously, man, the guy knows football. High Madden score or high ranking as far as his grade. So put him in there and then grab Garrett Wilson from Ohio State as a wide receiver. Now that's Robert Saleh. That's going to be like, I'm going to need some help going into the meeting room with that one. Because if I walk in there like that, I'm going to need like 3 or 4 other coaches and maybe even Zach Wilson to come talk him into that. But for me, that'd be a dream scenario for the Jets. Now, they might not need that. Zach might just be able to overcome that and make some plays dynamically with his legs, and maybe you don't need Ickey. But get an offensive guy at least in one of those first 2 picks.
Well, and they have that draft capital there, but so do the Giants.
They do.
So should they go offensive line with one of their 2 top 10 picks?
Yeah, absolutely. I would like them to go offense and defensive line with one of those top 10 picks. I think that when you look at the kid from Iowa, the center there, I think that that's a great anchor, right? If he didn't work out today, right, it's Linderbaum, but he was also on that 99 overall grade as far as just his draft progress. So I think that when you look at what he does, centers are a different breed. Sean O'Hare is a different. Come on, Sean. We listen to him talk, and you got to have a little bit something to you. And when you can find a guy like this, the Giants have been looking for someone to anchor that offensive line for like 5 years. They've had issues. They haven't had stability there. You bring a guy into the center of that offensive line that can now make everyone else better and your quarterback more comfortable. I just think that that's almost a no-brainer for me.
Oof. Let's go to the 6th pick because the Panthers have that. What should they do with it, LT?
Well, I know a lot of people have talked about offensive line, quarterback, and at the 6th pick, if those guys are gone, the top offensive linemen in Neal and Ickey, if they're gone, then you're looking at Penny, who was an excellent, offensive tackle in his right, but played at a mid-major school, a smaller school, has the size and all the dimensions, but Daniel Jeremiah has him as a number 23rd prospect. I'm not so sure. Like, I want to get him at number 6. That might be a little bit too high. And so if I'm Carolina, I'm thinking of trading back and still being able to possibly get Penny in the middle part of the first round. If I need a quarterback, you can also pull the trigger on one of those quarterbacks as well. But at 6, I believe it's too high for a quarterback or an offensive lineman.
One quick thought on the Panthers. I just came across this. Sam Darnold is only 1 year older than Kenny Pickett. 1 year older. Wow. Think about that. So he's still a young guy. I know it's crazy to say, okay, let's just give up on Sam Darnold. A lot of people want to do that, but let's not be too quick on that because he's still a young guy. Yeah.
I mean, in the quarterback situation right now in Carolina, Cam Newton's there, probably a free agent, though. Sam Darnold, P.J. Walker there, too. So a lot to consider for that team, especially as you look at who's available and the best kind of players in this draft class. All right, there are very few teams that wouldn't benefit from an upgrade at some point along their old line. Other teams in need include the Ravens, the Bengals, the Titans, and the Dolphins, all in that mix. David, when you think of teams that really have to prioritize getting an offensive lineman in the first round of this draft, who comes to mind for you?
Well, we watched Pat Mahomes run around for his life in the Super Bowl against the Bucs, and what did the Chiefs do? They went and got offensive linemen all over the place to help Pat Mahomes, okay? So when I watched the Bengals this year, what was the theme? Joe Burrow's doing things of above and beyond the Call of Duty. He's still getting hit and sacked, finds a way to beat Tennessee, gets all the way to the Super Bowl. I think that, you just talked about Trevor Penning, right? Maybe falling back later. That guy's an absolute monster. If for some reason, if he gets close to the Bengals at 31, if he gets into the 20s, I would even consider moving up if I was the Bengals to go grab this guy because I know their offensive line coach, Ryan Clanton. He actually went to high school with Derek, my brother, and this guy is an absolute monster. Literally, he watches Saw pregame every game.
What?
The guy is crazy. He has no friends, right? He fights everyone.
Well,
I think you need someone like that to just mix it up and protect your Super Bowl quarterback, your young stud in Joe Burrow. This guy is windmill dunking at 6'7". He's 330 pounds. The thing you mentioned might be a blessing for the Bengals that he played in the FCS, but a 99, we talk about 99 grades, 99.9 Pro Football Focus as far as a run block grade. He literally missed no blocks all year. He can't help the guys that line up against him.
No,
he just dominates them. So, that would be a dream scenario for the Bengals.
Yeah. For me, it's the Philadelphia Eagles, and I know they did very well protecting Jalen Hurts at times last year. But I'm thinking about some of the guys that are getting a little bit older now. Lane Johnson is there at tackle. And I think you have to start to think about depth with the Philadelphia Eagles. You have a young quarterback in Jalen Hurts that he's going to be there, we assume. He's going to be there, okay? But also Jason Kelce, the center, who has hinted at retiring possibly. So I think if you're Philly, you're thinking about, hey, let's improve this or continue to improve this offensive line, build depth on this offensive line, not necessarily at the tackle position, but the interior part of the offensive line is where I think Philadelphia can improve.
I don't know. Gio, the podcaster, yesterday said receivers and linebackers very clearly as he was on with Rich and TJ yesterday. All right, the NFL Scouting Combine presented by Verizon. It continues tomorrow from Indianapolis.